What up, people? LG's in the building. You heard me? It's a quick little recap on the free agency for the New Orleans Saints so far. Um, we picked up Brandon Brown, a hell of a cornerback. You heard me? We got Danielle Ellaby. You heard me? A hell of a middle linebacker. Cause I know we replaced him because we released Curtis Lofton and Pierre Thomas. We got C.J. Spiller. We got our Darren Sproles and Reggie Bush type player back. You heard me? So we good on that. And of course, the biggest news of all, the Jimmy Graham trade we got for a center, Max Unger. Yeah, at first I was skeptical about this trade, when it first went into Patty, and I was very irritated or whatever. But after a while, I was like, I'm good because I thought about something. To all the Pussycat Panther fans, Atlanta Fell Clowns out there and everybody else that was laughing about it because they thought it was a dumbass trade. At first, I said it was a dumbass trade, and to an extent. The only thing I said I had a problem with was you traded it to the team that's the best in the NFL. But other than that, it was really a good trade because now we have, the player that can protect Drew Brees, Max Unger. He's a all-pro center, a hell of a center. You heard me? And our run game should be top notch. You dig, especially with the addition of C.J. Spiller. And like I say, signing Mark Ingram back to a 4-year deal now. We good. We released Pierre Thomas. We released Curtis Lofton. We released that bastard, that sorry ass piece of trash, Corey White. I'm so happy. He just signed with the Cowgirls. Good luck with that, Cowgirls. You heard me. But like I said, anyway, the Jimmy Graham thing. Here's a few. Here's just a little fun fact for the Pussycat Panthers and Fell Clowns voice, Sports Live and the STL, and just all around. Cause y'all think just cause we lost Jimmy Graham, we gonna be garbage. Here's a fun fact though for y'all guys. Just think about this. I know y'all don't know this if y'all know y'all football. But the New Orleans Saints have been a top 5 offense in the Sean Payton era. The entire Sean Payton era, you hear me? When Jimmy Graham came, he came in 2010. The Saints and the Sean Payton era has been going on since 2006. You heard me? Jimmy Graham came after the Super Bowl, which means we won a Super Bowl without Jimmy Graham, which also means the first 4 years, 2006, 7, 8, and 9, we was a top 5 offense, you heard me? So if y'all really think that Jimmy Graham is the reason that the Saints going to be utter hot garbage or trash for the next few years, y'all highly mistaken, you heard me? Because before Jimmy Graham even came, the Saints didn't even have a top wide receiver, you heard me, or a top tight end. You dig? So they ain't got nothing to do with it, you heard me? The Saints always was the type of team to spread the ball around before Jimmy Graham came. And unless we find somebody else like that, the Saints going to go back to being that type of team that spread the ball around. We was very unpredictable. And actually, to me personally, I think we was better before Jimmy Graham came. Because like I said, it was hard to predict who Drew Brees was going to throw the ball to. You heard me? But like I said, the way the Saints are doing this just off season, you can tell they really rebuilding and reloading this entire team. You've released a lot of wide receivers. You also released Kenny Stills. Like I said, for Danielle Ellaby, that's a hell of a middle linebacker, though. We need that. Brandon Brown, that's a punisher. You heard me? We need that. Him and Kenan Lewis in the back. It's gonna be a hell of a tandem. You heard me? Cornerback in the league. You dig? Like I said, man. But for y'all of yours who laughing, who really think Jimmy Graham is gonna be the reason that we're gonna go back to being garbage, get the hell out of here. Cause really y'all don't know. That mean y'all don't know y'all homework on the Saints in the Sean Payton era. Like I said, we've been a top 5 offense for the first 4 years before Jimmy Graham even became a Saint. You dig? Drew Brees been doing it. He been doing the thing, you heard me? And for another fun fact, Drew Brees and Marcus Colston has they like one of the top 5 quarterback and wide receiver tandems. You heard me? Drew Brees to Marcus Colston. That's his favorite receiver. That was his favorite receiver before Jimmy Graham came. And on top of that, he was still spread the ball around. It was always hard to tell. Even though Marcus Colston the top receiver, you dig, Drew Brees still spread the ball around, you hear me? So for all y'all that was laughing about that, I know you feel dumb. And for y'all that feel like dumbasses, take 2 of these with your Pussycats. Take 2 of these with your Atlanta Fell Clowns. Anybody else who was laughing, you heard me? Laugh at that. Because now it's going to be even harder to beat the Saints. If you think about it. It's not even reverse psychology. It's really realistic, you heard me? The Saints going back to being unpredictable. That's what Sean Payton he doing. It's going to be a strong run game this year. Mark Ingram ran the hell out of the ball without a good offensive line. Offensive line was trash last year. You dig? And Mark Ingram still ran for about 900 yards. So, yeah. But like I said, man, LG's in the building. That's all I wanted to say. For my thoughts on all that, man. Holla at your boy. Shout out to the WDN. Yeah, man. We're going to be all right, y'all. We rebuilding and reloading, man. One.